Hello, and welcome everyone to a game between Th000 versus, well, Fly. Over here on the top left-hand side of the map of Terranistan, we have Th000 spawning as the Blue Night Elf, opening up with an Altar of Elders first, which most likely means, well, at least in this particular patch, it is going to be a Keeper of the Grove. Now, back on the other side here, we can see that it is going to be a Barracks first from Fly. Alright, already unorthodox play. Are we looking at some sort of tavern hero? Most likely, as it is going to be an Altar of Storms coming in now, which means a delayed hero, which normally means that it is going to be, well, which normally means it's going to be a tavern hero. My day has been pretty good. Thank you for tuning in, trying to do a little bit more Twitch. The interaction is nice. And I am really excited about WarCraft 3 Reforged. Hopefully no one else asks me too many questions. I am looking forward to it, but don't really have much more to say beyond that. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe if they have another press interview for WarCraft 3 Reforged, maybe I'll get invited. I have reached out in the past, but no such luck earlier. Anyways, we are going to take a look. It is going to be grunts now being trained up. Hey, Paparka, hi, how are you as well? I believe your girlfriend, right, if I remember, as we are going into the Keeper of the Grove. All right, gonna go ahead and try to focus on the action in the game now. Blade Master, nope. Shadow Hunter first? Okay, delayed Shadow Hunter. This is rather unorthodox. Also, if we're going to be looking at Dryads and Huntresses, the Shadow Hunter with that piercing damage is rather problematic. Now, this Wisp is going to come across here and notice that, hey, you know what? There is an Altar of Storms training up something and doesn't spot anything just quite yet. That's going to come as a little bit of a confusionary tactic here, as the Archer now going to just go ahead and situate herself amongst multiple targets, dealing, well, crazy damage per second. I think that's, what, 10 damage a second just by standing there. All right, let's go ahead and move things around. Keeper of the Grove does not get the experience. Archer with the lightning shield gets the kill, and the Keeper of the Grove is denied the level 5 creep. All right, big loss right there. Or did the Shadow Hunter get it? No, maybe the Grunt got it. I'm not 100% sure. Something happened, and there was denial of experience. Keeper of the Grove still sitting now at level 1, will stay at level 1 for quite a while longer. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Shadow Hunter gets a Forest Troll Shadow Priest, pretty much an absolutely necessary unit at this point, as the Shadow Hunter takes a lot of damage and is now purposely trying to back off. It will use the healing salves from the Voodoo Lounge in order to heal back up, not only on himself. Shadow Hunter also got a little bit of, did a couple of kills due to the fact that there was a lightning shield on him. So this is not level 2 either. All right, Forest Troll, Shadow Priest, Grunts now making their way over. Keeper of the Grove, on the other hand, rather low on mana, finally gets to level 2 at this stage, as there is a lot of piercing damage being dished out. Back across here, Shadow Hunter, what is it looking to do? Trying to get into position, trying to take down that Forest Troll High Priest. Forest Troll High Priest wandering around here. It looks like it will end up getting taken out. There it goes, level 2 now on the Shadow Hunter. Ring of Protection +3 quickly added in. The Shadow Hunter already at 8 armor. The Slippers of Agility adding in additional damage, as the Shadow Hunter, I guess, is a nimble hero and is also agility based. Keeper of the Grove now heads off to the north. Let's take a look what consumable item was dropped behind. It looks like it was a Potion of Greater Mana, exactly what the Shadow Hunter needs in order to, well, place down plenty of Serpent Wards. Now the question is going to be, oh wait, let's take a look at this. Poor Wisp going to get taken out. No detonation available, as these Grunts are now going to be making their way back. Extra damage going to be added back to that Kobold Tunneler. Free damage as the units are now marching back and forth, as the Shadow Hunter is looking to pick up perhaps another Forest Troll Shadow Priest or a Forest Troll Berserker. Second Forest Troll Shadow Priest now added in. Very important to be able to neutralize all of those entangles. All right, last Kobold gonna get taken out here. Shadow Hunter making its way over, still gaining a bit of experience, getting in some additional attacks, and there goes level 3 on the Shadow Hunter. Keeper of the Grove now sitting at level 3. Shadowhunter sitting at level 3. Serpent Ward quickly placed down as a deterrent. And that Serpent Ward does deal a large bit of damage. Are we going to see perhaps a Hex? No. No, yes. Hex now goes into play. No Scroll of Speed to try to get in front. There is Wand of Illusion, and that's going to choke up some of those units once more. Scroll of Speed now being used. Is it going to be able to get in front and in time? No, it is not, as the Keeper of the Grove able to dance away again. Scroll of Speed pretty much running around the trees, not doing very much of anything. Hey, Tuna Fish, how are you doing? All right, Keeper of the Grove. Oh, a quick Hex onto a Force Troll Shadow Priest. That's going to get abolished very quickly, but it is able to escape at 17 hit points. Meanwhile, the Ents are going to get taken down rather quickly as well, as the Keeper of the Grove is going to try and, well, chase after this Grunt here. Serpent Ward dealing damage to an illusionary Keeper of the Grove. Not quite sure why you're even bothering to invest in that, as we are looking at some more healing salves across all of these grunts. Hey, Gavin. Hello, YouTube. How are you doing? Now, so far we've seen some early skirmishes from both sides. We haven't seen some real late game tactics. We are getting up an expansion here by Th000, so Th000 wants to play this into the long game. Meanwhile, the Serpent Wards dealing big damage across the board, as the Serpent Wards are in a good spot here. Now let's take a look. Goblin Alchemist is going to try and, yes, Acid Bomb across multiple units, and with so much piercing damage, that could potentially be a problem. Keeper of the Grove, where is it going next? Potion of Greater Mana, quickly used. There's a quick Hex. There goes the Forest Troll Shadow Priest, as more damage is being poked apart. Low hit point Grunt should be retreated back. Pretty much too late, but there is a lot of chasing against all of those Forest Troll Berserkers as well. Another Hex going down onto that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. It has nowhere to run. There goes another Forest Troll Shadow Priest, as both sides are losing units and well, giving experience to the other side. Almost level 2 to that Alchemist, as that Alchemist gets that kill due to that Acid Bomb. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove running back the other way. Will Staff of Teleportation out, as the, well, units are just pretty much all split apart all the way across the map. Th000 does use a Moonstone trying to fill up these Moonwells. He did make them bone dry a bit earlier. This Alchemist, well, trying to hide and make sure not to take too much damage, as the Shadowhunter gets Claws of Attack +6 again and is now once again on the move. What, folks, good to tune in. Thank you. What's your outtake? Please don't say you are talking about Coda Imba Boat. The Keeper of the Grove has really shifted the meta. I mean, on maps where you do not have a Forest Troll Shadow Priest early on, the harassment is very heavy based upon the investment of time and energy from the Keeper of the Grove. It is very difficult to deal with, and players are still trying to get adjusted to it. Alchemist, however, with that Acid Bomb and a lot of piercing damage, has really been playing a pivotal role in the matches as well. There goes a Grunt, quickly taken down by the Entangle, but the Alchemist also taken out as well. Ents now being brought over, as we're taking a look at Scroll of Speed being used to try and finish off or get back into position. You can take a look, the transition to mass Troll Headhunters to try to get away from all of those 3 supply units that are, well, Entangle worthy. Coming back the other way, though, a bunch of Ents are gonna, well, try and finish off a handful of units. There you go. More Ents now being added into this fight. 36 supply compared to 35. The Shadowhunter really in that front line, trying to finish off unit after unit. A lot of poking damage across multiple sides. And you see a bunch of low hit point Grunt and Orc units, and that is the problem. You can take a look. There goes more, and it just looks like, well, the war of attrition is going in favor of the Night Elf. All right, let's take a look. Shadowhunter now looking to finish off the rest of the Ents. Let's take a look. Take down multiple units there. Yeah, it's very strong to harass with, but it doesn't make it imba when most people can't handle it. Adjusting is the key. That is true, but it is a very, very strong ability up until the spell is on the table, and then all of a sudden it gets shut down very fast. So if you are able to get to the mid to late game or get that early Forest Troll Shadow Priest, it does change the game very, very rapidly. And And once you know that your opponent has gone for Keeper of the Grove first, it tends to fall off a little bit until you get to Tranquility. Once your opponent gets to Tranquility, though, the Keeper of the Grove being able to use that in and out of combat, we saw how effective that is. It's one of the few ultimate abilities that is useful in and out of combat. Goblin Alchemist also, quote-unquote useful in and out of combat. The Goblin Alchemist is able to run on in, get in damage, and then get out of there with the Staff of Teleportation or something to that effect. Alright, Orc Burrow gonna get finished off. Down over here is Mass Teleport, or not Mass Teleport, Scroll of Town Portal heading across as we're now looking at Grunts getting, well, pretty much entangled out. However, we may see the death of the... Oh, wow! Beautiful timing right there. The Hex not lasting long enough, using that Potion of Invulnerability just in time as it was able to shake that off. That was absolutely huge. We are going to see the death of an Alchemist, though. There it goes. Keeper of the Grove does come back as we are now looking at an Entangle on a full hit point Grunt, which is, well, 200 gold pretty much instantaneously lost at this point when you don't have any way to dispel. No Spirit Walkers, and this is the key. If you know your opponent is going for Entangle and Ents, why don't you have Spirit Walkers out on the field? You can easily disenchant and finish them off, but the Keeper of the Grove of Th000 now getting up to level 5. Back down on the other end, repairs are underway. Upgrade, Orc Burrow has fortified armor as we are now going into Stronghold. Tauren Totem finally getting those precious Spirit Walkers which were needed for so long. Shadow Hunter getting into Big Bad Voodoo. That's going to be an interesting ability, as the Shadow Hunter is normally a support hero. If your entire army is in a spot where, hey, you know what, I am not going to be taking damage, that is pretty good, but at the same time, how are you going to be dishing out damage? Add on top of that the fact that the Shadow Hunter himself is not going to be invulnerable. Keeper of the Grove will be able to easily entangle. Alright, Watchtower just suffering pretty heavy damage here. Keeper of the Grove, Orb of Venom, doing exactly what it does. Damage over time on any biological units, as the peons are going to be running inside here to try and do a little bit of hiding. Alright, Serpent Wards all across here. No Scrolls of Regeneration. Keeper of the Grove is going to be able to get away. Tauren Chieftain trying to do a little bit of catch-up. Anti-Magic Shell Potion on the Keeper of the Grove will keep him safe and not have to worry about it. Double Tauren Totem. Are we transitioning into Tauren? Yeah, I did not notice this earlier. Double Tauren Totem most likely means that, yes, we are going to be going for totems. Keeper of the Grove able to Staff of Teleportation out of a sticky situation, heading back off to the north as the Alchemist is sitting at level 2. Dryads, Archers now making their way around. Shadowhunter sitting at level 5. Level 1 Tauren Chieftain out on the field with no experience. Most likely he does have Stomp, but this is still a very interesting 1-2 combination. The Tauren Chieftain in that front line is able to absorb a lot of damage. Is he going to actually try and put his foot down, or is he just going to get pretty much stunned to death? As there you go, there is that stun right there, trying to finish off some units. Adding in a Goblin Shredder as well. Belt of Giant Strength on the Tauren Chieftain quickly gets him up to 950 hit points. Shadow Hunter could be in a little bit of trouble. You can see the Serpent Ward trying to fight back there, getting in a little bit of damage. One more shot. There goes a Dryad. Keeper of the Grove still in the backfield. What is going on? Serpent Ward is right here as well, as the Spirit Walkers are, well, going to be dealing magic damage. The problem is, as you can tell, the Dryads are magic immune, and so and the Archers have medium armor as well. So and the Keeper of the Grove is purposely not using any of its abilities, otherwise it would just, well, feed additional damage. Alright, there is the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain is in serious trouble. There's a Healing Wave. There's Spirit Link. Scroll of Speed now being used in the back. The Serpent Wards trying to deal damage, 48 to 52 damage per attack here, as the Spirit Walkers are able to, resurrect themselves. The Spirit Walkers have mastery training, and the Spirit Walkers, when they die, they do give experience, but they are being resurrected. Okay, Real, how are you doing? Warcraft 3 is more alive now than in a long time. Very exciting. It is. Still waiting to see if I get an influx of viewers. Some And some viewers are like, what is he even trying to say? But there's so much going on in a game of Warcraft 3 that if you don't have some knowledge, sometimes my shorthand to try to explain something can be confusing. I will try and slow down and explain things from time to time as the Tree of Life with that the Nature's Blessing upgrade gonna get into position here. However, the creep camp has yet to be cleared out. Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 5. Is it gonna try and run away? Shadowhunter is right there. Up. Let's take a look. Serpent Ward coming back the other way, and that is just going to pretty much be disenchanted. Tauren now added in there as well. Tauren, 1300 damage, also has Pulverize, does bonus damage across the board, but we are going to see them going up against Mountain Giants. All right, Mountain Giants do take bonus damage from Tauren. This is, I don't remember the last time I saw Tauren with Spirit Walkers with Resurrection going up against Mountain Giants. Patch 1.30 really changing up the meta as we're looking at these Taurens now making their way off to the north. Are we going to see Pulverize? That's the question there. A little bit of, well, Endurance Aura, and in comes the damage. Oh, there's a little bit of taunting as well as in comes the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove could try and entangle, could cause some problems as we are now looking at the Tauren Chieftain. Is he going to try and stomp? That is the big question there. There is a stomp. There goes a couple of archers. But the problem right now is that the Tauren do not have Pulverize. They're not going to get into a position where they're able to do that area of effect damage. But with so many Spirit Walkers in the backfield, they are dealing big damage according to all of these Mountain Giants who are taking bonus damage from these Tauren. Tauren are upgraded 2-0 as they are still trying to dish out all of that damage here. Meanwhile, the Spirit Walkers in the backfield have range damage, but, well, range damage on the medium armor is not very effective. Keeper of the Grove in a little bit of trouble, trying to head back now. What is going on? Taurens in that front line, they are getting taunted. They are going to get taken out. But, well, with Spirit Walkers right by, you know what's going to happen. They're going to be down, but not out for the count. Experience still being given, though, as the Taurens back out onto the field. Tauren coming back in to deal all of that damage again as the Serpent Wards now in position to try and cover that back line. All of a sudden, the Mountain Giants being forced to deal with all of these units here. The Taurens still don't have Pulverize. Keeper of the Grove, well, Staff of Preservation saves a unit right there. All right, no easy way to heal right now. Perhaps a Goblin Alchemist to supplement all of this Spirit Link would be very useful. Fire Lord now being out onto the field. Tauren Chieftain, all right, big damage right there. Is going to be able to get away down to 40 hit points, and it looks like it will be able to survive. Acid Bomb onto the Tauren Chieftain, or into the Taurens. The Chieftain in the backfield, everything trying to stay alive. Fire Lord gonna get taken down. There it goes as the Tauren Chieftain now in the front line again. All right, Tauren, are they pulverizing? Yes, they are. Big damage across multiple units every time AoE does hit. And you can take a look. Mountain Giants are falling. That pulverized damage is still normal damage as Tranquility now being used. Resurrection and Chimeras being added into the mix as well. This is such a crazy battle. As you can take a look, the Chimeras are trying to head off into the backfield. Mountain Giants are getting taken down so quickly. Tauren are getting resurrected. Tranquility on the Keeper of the Grove. And I still can't calculate what's going to go down here. At some point, the Spirit Walkers are going to be running out of mana. And once they are out of mana, the Tauren are not going to be resurrected. 57 supply compared to 62. Oh, wow. Crazy battle here. Keeper of the Grove is at level 6. Alchemist is at level 5. Fire Lord is at level 1. Problem, once the Alchemist gets to level 6, well, Tauren are very vulnerable to transmutation, and Spirit Walkers cannot resurrect them. They are pretty much a straight up dead unit without a corpse, without a skeleton, and I believe you need the skeleton in order to revive a Tauren. The key question is, can Fly keep his Tauren alive long enough so that the Goblin Alchemist does not get to level 6? That is going to be the tipping point here. All right, Shadowhunter still sitting at level 6 in the backfield, trying to regenerate more mana still, as he is stealing a little bit of mana away from that Tauren Chieftain who is just now at 4. All right, Great Hall is here. You can take a look. Trio Life is here as well. The gold mine is nearly mined out. Battle coming up. Chimera's in the front line. Oh, a quick hex. Slowing down a Chimera as the Tauren Chieftain gets into position, puts its foot down. Dispel Magic trying to finish off many of those units here. Meanwhile, the Spirit Walkers could try and take down some of those units. Tranquility by the Keeper of the Grove trying to keep all of the units alive. Tauren Chieftain gets hexed, or no, Shadow Hunter gets a hex off. Tauren Chieftain still in that front line spot. Gets in a big stomp once more across multiple units. Tauren Chieftain does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Uses it. Will he be able to go after any more units again? Tauren Chieftain could try and put his foot down once more. There it is. Keeper of the Grove is in trouble. Is it going to be able to stay alive as the Tauren Chieftain gets taken down? There's another quick hex. Keeper of the Grove stays alive, barely. Scroll of Town Portal in time. There goes some units, as all of the units are going to be backing off. Firelord taken out. Tauren getting resurrected. Tauren Chieftain, Spirit Walkers getting resurrected. Mana, this is a crazy, crazy battle, and I am still unsure of how to cast this. Alchemist on the cusp of level 6, and I still stand by my statement. Once the Alchemist gets to level 6, Tauren, you would need to transition away from Tauren, and you need to do it quickly. Units on the move away. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 6 here. This is still an absolute crazy, crazy game. Not quite sure what's going to happen as the gold mine has been mined out. Main bases, no more gold. Fly sitting on one base, Though sitting on 2 due to this expansion over here to the top right. 74 supply compared to 79. Wind Riders joining in. They're going to try and poke down some of these units. Tauren Chieftain quickly gets entangled as the damage is starting to add back up. Tauren Chieftain, or the Tauren trying to get into that front spot. Units are just dancing around every which way. Tauren Chieftain gets Healing Wave. Is he going to be able to put his foot down? Does not have the mana as the Spirit Walker tries to back away. Scroll of Healing saves a little bit of damage. Still battling it out. The Chimeras in that front line. Mountain Giants in the front line doing a bit of a dance back and forth. Tauren Chieftain gets enough mana, throws down a stomp, but now, well, pretty much out of options. Spirit Walker in trouble. Tauren Chieftain down to 108. Another Tranquility being used as the Wind Riders are trying to poke down those Mountain Giants. Key uses Serpent Ward trying to poke across as well. Just too much piercing damage. Not enough. Tauren Chieftain, and Th000 is going to win out in this battle with a final supply count going 72 into 24. Fly gonna be forced to give the GG, and there it is. Alright, Alchemist did get to level 6. I don't know if we saw a transmute, but that was a crazy, crazy game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.